Good morning and welcome to the Crossroads on this morning. This morning promises to be a really, really good. The morning is already good because God says through His Word that this is the day that the Lord hath made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. So the day is already covered. And since we are in this place on this morning, first of all, I'd like to say thank God for standing room only. Second, I thank God that you have allowed me to enter into your presence wherever you may be this morning, watching this or listening to this. Welcome to the Crossroads on this morning, and welcome to our training session. Our videographer, she asked, what did I have a title this morning? And I told her, I said yes. But before I get into that, I'm grateful for a good news report. The mother that's here, she had surgery on her eyes, the removal of cataracts, and she is back in the center on this morning, and she's just looking all around, and she can read things that are at a distance on the walls and stuff. You don't get to see, well, some of you have seen the training center, because I have put a tour of it out there on our YouTube channel, even on Facebook. But she's just looking around and she's reading all of the writing. She was just saying that she can even see the small print, and just to hear the excitement and to see her going, it's just like people would say, like a kid in the candy shop. She's just looking, and I'm glad to see that, she's able to see clearer. She's able to see better. She's able to read from a distance. All of this to me is places that I can teach from. Because when God really do open our eyes, we can see. We can see the fine print. What's the fine print? We can see the little things that people think that they are doing that they believe we can't see. He allows us to see it all. He allows us to see you at a distance. I want everybody to understand on this morning that it's really not about the people, the personage, the personality. It's that life is spiritual. Life is spiritual. Thank you so much for tuning into this teaching and training session from the Crossroads this morning. And whenever she asked me if I had a title, I'm going to give you the title that I gave her. And that is, what if I told you that what you have been looking for has been found? And that's what I am telling you on this morning. What you have been looking for has been found. Now, this still is based off of 1 Samuel, the 10th chapter, verses 1 through 7. I told you that whenever a foundation is laid, what comes on top of that foundation, or what is built on that foundation, should be what the foundation is able to hold. And that's why the foundation is so firm. That's why the foundation is so, the word is not even sturdy. It is so solid and it is so secure that it is able to uphold, withhold, and hold up whatever that's being put on it, whatever is going to be built upon it. Now, since 1 Samuel 10, 1 through 7 is the basis of this foundation, then you already understand that we're dealing with our becoming, knowing that we're not who we're yet to become, and also our becoming intertwines with our encounters, with the encounters that we have. And in order sometimes even for us to grow, we have to be fed and we have to be nourished. So as we have to grow what's needed for the growth, we also have to go in order to find out what it takes for us to become what we have not yet came into. If I was to tell you that what you have been looking for has been found, the first thing that would probably come to your mind is, what did I lose? What's lost? What's lost? And then in a second, your mind would probably go to the natural things. Very few would be limited and go to the spiritual things. But the both works and is at work. But a lot of what dominates now is the natural. And whenever we hear what the spiritual side is and how the natural should be converted and allow the spirit side to take over, that's where the struggle comes. That's where the fight comes in. We fight within ourselves not to leave where we are. And this morning in prayer, I was up real early this morning, and so much is coming into me that's already in me. When we think about Egypt, we think about, and we should think about bondage, scriptural. And even in our lives that we live, some people live in Egypt already, and others go into Egypt. They go down to Egypt. Because in Egypt, it will take you down. It will bring you down. And being in Egypt, it will cause you to, if you're not careful, to literally sell your soul just to be able to stay alive. But I heard the word asked. It said, can anything good come out of Egypt? So the Bible tells us that God said, I have called my son out of Egypt. So what I'm telling you on this morning is everything that's derogatory, bad, shameful, sinful, whatever the adjective, whatever the noun, whatever the adverb, whatever you want to use to describe where it is that you have been or where it is that you currently are. God has already sent Christ in, and you're going to have to go back. We like to talk about being delivered, and we like to talk about coming out, and we like to throw our hands up, and we like to give the praise and be blessed, and da-da-da-da-da, we give God all the glory, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Some of us went into Egypt on our own, but Christ was the one that was sent, so that whenever you return, because we're going to have to find out that Egypt no longer has a hold on us. Egypt no longer can contain us. And the only way to find that out is not to look at Egypt and say, or to look at the places that you've been, or to look at the things that you've done, or even to be in what you're currently in, and you can see your way out, but yet not take the way out. We're going to have to come out, and we're going to have to go back to know that we have been delivered from. Because you find out that when you get in Egypt, if you return and if you do the same thing you did while you were in there before, then you understand that you might have got by, but you didn't get away. It's not until we can be delivered from a thing, but God is not going to free us from it. He will deliver us from it. It takes your will to be free from it. And a lot of times, whenever we escape certain things, whenever we come out of certain things, we like, phew, we're out. But yet there's an itch, there's a burning, there's still yet a desire, there's still yet that seed that have not yet been destroyed. there's still that cord that has not yet been cut, that causes us to want to go back in, and go back in this time with a different mindset, with a mind that I can go in this time and I can come out. What happened to me in there before is not going to happen to me again, because I understand it now. I got it now. Or I'm ready for it now. And you go in there, you don't know about Egypt, because you will find out that you're not strong enough to deliver yourself. The only strength we have is in the fact that God delivers us, and from our own will. See, that's where your power comes. The power of your own will, the power of your own mind not to return. That's what makes you free. That's what makes you free. And then when you can return and not be affected, walk in and walk out. I have called my son out of Egypt. So what is lost? What is lost? Can you name the thing that you're looking for? And I guess if I was to ask, people would come up with a plethora of answers. Some is looking for fame, some looking for fortune, everybody looking for money, everybody desiring power, but the key thing, and the way we move in this life comes from us really looking for love. Everything else is just a driving factor. Everything else is an addition. It's something else added. Because what you're looking for, all those other outer things, the center of it all is love. We want people to love us, and yet we can't love in spite of. Therefore, this is really, really good. Therefore, our love, and I know we've heard it in church, but let me put it to you on a level today where it makes a whole lot of sense. And we can sensibly take a look at ourselves and say, we first of all can't get the help we need to get what it is that have been found if we can't admit truth. We're all looking for love, and based on the way and what our definition of what love is, we find out that we have repeat performances of acts, of expressions and showing that we love. And how many today can really say that what I have been doing has been enough? What I have been giving has been enough. What I am receiving is enough. And all of that constitutes how I love and how I'm being loved. But we find that there's so many of us go through so many different cycles, because on the natural side, we have a definition for what love is, and yet on the spiritual side, we say that God is love. Well, I have to go back to what my mom said to prove to us what God said. When I would come up, I look like my mom. I look just like my mother. And coming up in high school, as I said, and I've told this story before, but I want you to really get this. The adults that would see me, they would know that I was my mama's daughter because I looked just like her. And they would open up and they would tell me, "You Letty Mae's daughter, ain't you? Girl, you look just like your mama. You let it, and look, I want you to catch this, y'all. I used to feel so good." I'm like, yeah. And as I told you before, I would go home. Let me show you how I was And how I was is how we yet are. I would go home happy. Go to my mom. Mom, I saw, got the person's name. Mr. So-and-so, Miss So-and-so. And mom, they said, you Lady Mae daughter, aren't you? You look just like your mama. And my mom would be in a way, nothing bad, but she would say, you may look like me, but you certainly don't act like me. Woo! What a revelation! Today, God is saying, you are made in my image, but you don't act like. Woo! You may look like me, but you don't act like me. And so many have the look, but they don't have what it takes for the likeness. You got the image, but you don't have the likeness. I had the looks, I had the image, but I didn't have her likeness. And all I'm saying is that we can look like, but if who we look like is not a part of us, that we then become like. I'm trying to tell you, that's why we do so many different things, because we're not even pleased with how we look. And we're trying to get another image. But an image has already been given to us. And since we've been told what it takes to complete the look, we say, well, we'll construct our own image, and with this new image that I'm looking like, I don't care whether it be I put my eyelashes on, I put my makeup on, I throw my hair on, I do my weave, I get the chest lift, the butt lift, I get the Botox. I can do all things through myself to change my image. But it's going to take someone else. It's going to take another spirit to be able to make me like him. As long as I change my image, I can become, and I can be, and I can act the part of anybody I so desire, with it only being an act. If I told you that what you lost have been found, like I said, the first thing that you would probably think of is, what did I lose? Can you name what it is that's lost? Then the next thing you would probably look at me and say, I wonder if she's telling the truth. How would she even know what it was that I lost? Everybody can look at everybody and tell that they're looking for something. What are you looking for on the day? If you believe that what you've lost has been found, then there's either going to come a reaction from you or a response or both, depending on what it is you lost. But the core of what you're looking for is love. You may have lost a job. You may have lost a friend. You may have lost a position. There are other things but because all these things outside of love is what it is that we're looking for to fulfill the core of what it is we really have lost. And that's love. And so many people have stooped to such low levels to do things, to be things, to let people make them their thing, to give up things just to be accepted, just to be loved. Well, I've come today to tell you that a lot of times our definition of what love is and what we're receiving from our definition, you know, we don't even want to put that out to people sometimes, because people already look at us and you know, they're talking. Because when they see you with who they see you with, and they know the person's caliber, they know the character of the person, and you know, you on the arm or whatever. But it's not even that today. It's much deeper. It's much deeper than that. Some of us been looking for so long until you truly forgot what it is you lost. You truly forgot what it is you're looking for. And so you're still just going, because we become accustomed to going. You become numb. You become, your mind has taken a place where it has gotten locked in and saying that, you know what, this is what it is. I've accepted that. I accept it. I accept it for what it is. Let me live it out and let me make the best of it. No. We have encounters all day long, y'all. I'm about to wrap this up because I'm going to go deep into it on Tuesday. We face encounters every day, and we really don't look at what we go through in a day to try to see what it is that God is really trying to get us to see and to understand that there is more. There is more. But if I told you that what you lost was found, another question I have for you is, will you stop looking? And if you stop looking, what will you do then? Just think about it. I don't care. Think about where you are right now and what it is you've lost, but you know that it's been found. So that in the place, the position, and where you are right now, what would you do? I'm not asking you how would you act or react. I'm asking you, what would you do? Would you get up and would you ask, where is it, so that you could go and see it? Yes. Would you? Yes. 10 times out of 10, yeah. And 10 times out of 10, let me tell you this. That's the wrong answer. And I'll tell you why it's the wrong answer. Because spiritually so, in the natural of you knowing what's lost, it takes the spirit to find it. And whenever it is found, whenever you're told, the first thing that you should do is believe it. And if you were to believe it, then knowing that it is found, you should also know that it is secured. So now you should take on a different journey. That's been our problem. We always wanted to get what we got and turn around and go back home. Get what you get and turn around and go back and sit in the same seat that you sat in when you got the good news. That's why you can never get to the core of what it is you're really looking for that is lost. Because you always stop and you always settle. you receive it, and you take it, and you go back to see about it. You go back to look at it. You go back to make sure it's all right. You go back, 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 you go back. And you find yourself tripping every day, every week, every month, every year, years at a time. And because we can hear from the Spirit that, we should be going forward, we regroup ourselves. We group ourselves with what sounds good, that really is good. But even from the hearing of what it sounds like, we still don't have what it takes to be like. And that's what he wants. We repeat a lot of things. We repeat a lot of things. I end this one today like this. We do. We repeat a lot of things that we've heard. We said it sounds good. But let's repeat this today. Let me give you this and let's see what we can repeat today. Remember when Jesus went to Pilate, before Pilate, and Pilate told him, yeah, I got the power to release you. He said, no, he said, the only power you have is what my Father gives. Because Jesus was like, I can call down legions right now. See, this is all a part of your destiny. Stop taking little trips because there is destiny that awaits. Stop looking for what it is that you really know that is lost in your life and being satisfied with the little residuals, the drippings, the droplets of what it is that somebody's telling you that you're believing, that you're latching on to, when there is more. And you'll never know the more unless you believe that the love has been found, and you go on so that you can go into it. Pilate told Jesus what he told him. Jesus was like, the only power that you have is what my Father give you. After that was done, they wrote on the top of the cross, the King of the Jews. King of Jews. They came to Pilate and they told Pilate this. Y'all better hear me. They said, don't let that stand. Don't let that stand. Don't let that stay like that. See, I'm about to help somebody today. Because they wanted Pilate to insert. They told him to put up there. He said, Pilate said something that was so prophetic. He said, what I have written, it is written. What God has written concerning our lives. Everything around the love of God, which is the core of what's lost, what's missing, that has really been found. And you can find it. I want you to know that it has been found. You can have that. But others, with everything else that's going on around you, are trying to keep you from getting to what has been found. They want to insert other things in your life. They want to take what you have said and say you said different than what God has already said. But God is saying to us on today, it is written. Stop allowing people to rewrite your destiny. Stop allowing people to rewrite your purpose. Stop allowing people to insert
what they took from you that they said you said. It's time today to know what God said. Pilate said, what I have written, it is written. So it is written. What's written? It is written that I am the head and not the tail. It is written that I am above only and not beneath. It is written that the Lord is my shepherd and I have no want. It is written he has prepared a table before me in the presence of my enemies. It is written. What is written over your life? What is written? It is written that his word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. It is written that if I ask in faith, not wavering, I can have whatever it is I ask for. It is written that thy kingdom has come. It is written that his will is being done. It is written. What is written over our lives? We want to say what everybody else is saying. But can you say what is written? It is written that I can call on him, and he said that he would answer and he would show me great and mighty things that I know not. It is written that if I dwell in the secret place of the Most High, I can also abide under the shadow of his wings. It is written that 1,000 shall fall at my left side, 10,000 at my right side. It is written. If I open my mouth, he said he would fill it. It is written that my children are an heritage of the Lord. It is written. When you don't know what is written, they can say anything about you. When you don't know what is written, they can make you believe anything about you. It is written that I am sanctified, I am set apart. And it is so good. It's nothing wrong with being set apart. It's nothing wrong with being different. It's nothing wrong with me being different. It's nothing wrong because being different, I make a difference. And because you desire to be so much like somebody else, being like that gives them the opportunity to swallow you up. It is written. And what God has written concerning my life, concerning your life, concerning my purpose, concerning your purpose, concerning my destiny, concerning your destiny, until you have that encounter with him who is in the middle of it all. Until you have that encounter to know you. Because encountering him allows us to know who it is we are. He shows us his likeness by being in us. It is written. And what you're looking for, it has been found. Will you take the time out to have the encounter, the necessary encounter with God, to find out that everything that I told you today, it is the truth. And it is the truth that you're going to have to believe for yourself. And it comes from the experience of the encounter with God. It is written. But when you don't know, people will tell you, and they will give you what it is they want you to know. He said, in all you're getting, get an understanding. I like the tribe of Issachar because it said that the tribe of Issachar, it said that they knew the times and the seasons. They knew what Israel should be doing, what they should have been doing at that time. They also had, the understanding. So if there's a time and a season, and what I'm giving you today is what you need to know, understanding is no good if you don't use what it is you know. Understanding becomes ignorance if you don't use what you know. What you've been looking for have been found. And the reason why you set out on, your trip, which was supposed to turn into a journey, it's really supposed to be a journey first, but the reason why you set out to look for it, and you're in the different places and spaces that you are looking for it, you're still, you know that you're not satisfied. You're not satisfied today. You're not satisfied because there is still yet a longing. There's something that you know that's in you that's missing. And what's missing in you is what you have set out to seek out, to find in others. If we have the encounter with God that we need when we encounter others, then what others don't have that they need to have, once we have our encounter, we then have what's needed to give them that they too will have. What you have been looking for has been found. God bless you on today.